It's my life. Lazy. It's my life. I got dirty. It's my life.
Welcome back to Collect Them All or Die Trying, the spoiler rooms, comic cliff notes. And as we jump back into Something's Killing the Children, we last left off with Tommy taking matters into his own hands, with little to no confidence in the sheriff and the authorities of Archer's Peak, Wisconsin, in the matter of all the missing children. And Tommy has stumbled upon the truth following Erica Slaughter into a cave, revealing not only the fact that monsters exist, but that the case of the missing children are now dead children, but also his sister being a victim to this monster. James, he's now in the hospital after getting shot by an irresponsible Tommy, and Erica finds out that there are 5 more monsters running amok in Archer's Peak. And we get our first reveal of the elite monster hunting organization, the House of Slaughter, backed by a global organization called the Order of St. George. And the House of Slaughter has demanded Aaron Slaughter head to Archer's Peak to not only stop and relieve Erica of her duties, but to clean up the Archer's Peak incident and cover it all up. And now that we're all caught up, don't forget to check out the links in the descriptions for my Something's Killing the Children playlist of issues 1 through 6. And tap that link to Coffee in a Comic to get your hands on Something's Killing the Children David Mack pack sets or any other comic you might see on my channel. And how you can save 15% on your next order by using my super secret money slashing coupon code. So go on over to Coffee and a Comic and spoil yourself. Welcome back, Monster Slayers, to Something's Killing the Children issue 7, The House of Slaughter part 2. And we open up issue 7 with Tommy's mom, and she's still smoking cigarettes down to the filter, and she's standing next to Henry, who is not only Erica Slaughter's weapon dealer from House Depot back in issue 4, but has much in common with Tommy's mother because they are both parents and victims to Archer's Peak's missing children, and they are waiting behind police caution tape as the authorities move the bodies of all the children into the school gymnasium. And now Tommy, he approaches his mom, who didn't even bother to get dressed, and she's like every other parent out there. They just want confirmation and closure for their children. And she notices Tommy's broken arm. He got courtesy of Erica. Like, you didn't learn the first time, Tommy, you laid hands on that girl? No is no, Tommy. And as she notices Tommy's broken arm, she asks if he deserved it. And Tommy needs to choose his words extremely carefully before his mom breaks his other arm. And we already know Tommy is a little on the hard-headed side. And as the parents wait patiently for the authorities to try to conduct this in an orderly fashion, because they still need to determine whose body parts belong to who, and that's how severe these bodies have been chopped up to pieces. And Tommy's mom refuses Tommy's advice to go home because she ain't leaving until she gets to say bye to her little girl. And while the parents wait outside the school, the coroner and the school principal are in horror at the sight of the amount of children's bodies piling inside the gymnasium. And they're in desperate need of a drink as Tim pulls out a beer, and Principal Collins joins in as Tim conveniently has an extra one packed for the stressful principal, who's preparing himself to address the families waiting outside. Now, Principal Collins wants to know if they caught the supposed bear or whatever crazed animal that did this, and any answer to give the parents waiting outside, because eventually their patience will run thin and answers are going to be demanded. Then we jump to Erica Slaughter, who's still in the woods hunting the remaining 5 monsters that are still alive and roaming Archer's Peak. As she stalks her prey on high ground atop the trees, Octo is telling her that she must be aware that whatever she's planning won't work, as she tells Octo to shut up, and she quietly listens to something rustling through the bushes below. As Erica locates the 5 remaining monsters, she hears them letting out a nasty screeching scream, to which Octo continues that they're crying because Erica slaughtered and slayed the mother, and they're crying because they're hungry. But Erica, she feels no empathy because she just wants to kill these monsters and end Archer's Peak's monster infestation and put it all behind her. And Erica swings into action and jumps from the tree and lunges towards the group of monsters and takes a swing at the closest one near her. And her blade goes right through the monster, literally with no effect, like Erica's machete just phased right through as a voice speaks out, asking Erica why the attack wasn't effective. And that voice, it wasn't Octo, it was Aaron Slaughter. Aaron has finally made it to Archer's Peak and has tracked down Erica with ease. And this is when we find out what type of monster has been infesting Archer's Peak. Because up until this point and in this moment, the monsters has only been referenced and labeled as a Class E7. But now we get a name and a first mention of this monster type, which is called an Oscura type. Now, for a quick explanation of what an Oscura type is. Oscura types are shadow forms created from pure concentrated fear and are only solid when they feed, which is why Erica's machete phased right through when she tried to attack it. You can only kill them when they are feeding. Now, this meet with Erica and Aaron has been long awaited since issue 1. Aaron has been Erica's contact on the phone since issue 1, and time and again, she's displayed a dislike for Aaron, and now we get an explanation to why. So Erica describes Aaron as a spoiled brat that has read all the right books and knows all the right theories, but he hates getting his hands dirty. In other words, Erica handles all the fighting and killing, and Aaron handles the politics and takes all the credit. And if you ask me, it sounds like any other boss in any other job. I guess it ain't that much different in the monster hunting world. Regardless, Aaron makes a valid point that it was pretty fucking pointless for Erica's attack on the Oscura type if it wasn't feeding, and that if she had known this, she wouldn't have wasted her time attacking or attempting an attack without bait. But Erica's excuse is that she wants to stop this and wants no more deaths, especially children. And Aaron also points out that Erica, she has a personal vengeance against this breed of monsters, possibly something to do with Erica's past. Now, as we get past what seems to be a sibling rivalry between the two, Aaron suggests that they share info like the hunting radius to determine a good site to draw the Obscura types in, but they would need bait, and asks Erica where was buying. But Erica says no, refusing to use buying as bait, which quite frankly, I don't think that psycho girl would mind. Nonetheless, Aaron points out facts like Erica not wanting them to kill again, but that would mean they need to bait a trap, and it's kill or be killed. That means they need the girl, or James, either would suffice. And Aaron, he adds a few more remarks, letting Erica know that he is more aware than she might think, and he knows more than he's letting on, suggesting Erica to stop being coy and looking at him like he's a villain when she's been using James from the beginning, dragging him around, putting him in danger to mask her scent so she can get close to the mother, which that doesn't make her any better than Aaron. And they need to stop acting like they're heroes, because they're hunters, and to never forget that. And for the first time in the series, we see Erica submit to the demands of another person, as Aaron demands Erica to take him to the girl so they can end this once and for all, and he never has to step foot on this filthy corner of Wisconsin ever again. And to make matters worse, we find out that John didn't take the sheriff's orders to go on leave and stay home, because he's still watching and staking out Erica, and he knows exactly where they're headed next, and he intends to beat them to it. And Erica, Aaron, and the sheriff aren't gonna like it one bit. Yup, until next time, that concludes Something's Killing the Children, issue 7, House of Slaughter Part 2. And if you like the series, smash the like button. And if you like the content I'm bringing you, subscribe so I could bring you more content just like this. So support, share, and I see you in the comments. Peace.
It's my life.